Girl was late for our date, barely engages during date, and then says vibe was off.
You think that's pretty obvious. If a woman likes you, she's going to be interested in talking to you. She's going to have enthusiasm. When she behaves that way, she's not interested.
Yeah, so this kind of thing can happen, and oftentimes what happens is the girl has some kind of vision in her mind of who she thinks you are. And when you show up to the date, you're somehow different than that idea of you that she had in her head. And now all of a sudden she's not attracted. It's kind of like when we see a girl and there's a few pictures of her and we kind of think that she might be a certain way. So we show up to the date, and now all of a sudden from the instant that we get there, we're not attracted and we're no longer interested, but we're there on the date. I've had the same thing happen to me a few times, and I think it's important for men to understand that this kind of thing can happen to anybody, and it's not necessarily something that you do wrong. It's just what was going on in the girl's head. So you need to understand as a man, if you have a date that goes like this, and she didn't even give you a chance from the second she showed up, okay? This can happen, and it's not necessarily your fault. But you don't always want to excuse yourself, right? Because sometimes you really do make a mistake that maybe you're not even aware of. And maybe you did do something to turn her off, or you said something to turn her off, or whatever. But these things will typically happen as the date progresses, not necessarily like right from the beginning. So have some awareness as to what's going on your date, and try to discern whether or not it's something that you did or said, or is it just some kind of problem that's going on inside the girl's head.